You wake up exhausted. Before your feet hit the floor, you're already running the list. Bills to pay, problems to solve, people depending on you. You're the provider, the protector, the leader, and you're doing it. You're showing up. But here's the truth. You're running on fumes. Your chest feels tight, your mind won't stop, and you're starting to wonder how long you can keep this up. Today, you're getting 9 relentless rules that separate men who burn out from men who build empires without destroying themselves. 9 shifts that let you provide, protect, and lead without sacrificing your health, your relationships, or your sanity. If you apply these, you don't work harder. You work smarter. You don't give more. You give strategically, and you don't burn out. You build for decades. Let's begin. We all have moments in life when we realize something has to change. Maybe it's your daughter asking why you're always angry. Maybe it's looking in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Maybe it's the moment your partner says, "You're not here anymore." These moments don't discriminate. They come for the CEO and the employee, the entrepreneur and the manager, the provider and the protector. And in that moment, we all face the same choice. Keep going the way we're going or shift, because right now, we're carrying weight. Real weight. Our families need us. Our businesses need us. Our teams need us. And we've told ourselves that's what it means to be a man. Sacrifice everything. Sleep less. Push harder. Ignore the exhaustion. And maybe for a while, that worked. But now, our backs ache. Our jaws clench at night. Our patience is razor thin. We snap at people we love, and deep down, we know this isn't sustainable. We're not showing up. Not really. We're ghosts going through motions, and the people depending on us deserve better than our leftovers. Here's what nobody tells us. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a warning sign. It's our bodies screaming that the way we're providing, protecting, and leading is broken. And here's the cold truth. While we're burning out, trying to prove we're strong, someone else is building with clarity, energy, and focus. They're not working harder than us. They're working smarter. And the gap between us and them, it's growing every day. We take on everything because we think that's leadership. Our colleague drops the ball, we pick it up. Our partner is stressed, we absorb it. Our business hits a problem, we solve it alone. And we tell ourselves, this is what providers do. But here's what's really happening. We're not leading, we're martyring. We're not protecting, we're suffocating. We're not providing, we're depleting. And here's the beautiful part. We already know this. We've felt it. That moment when we snap at our kid for something small, when we zone out during an important conversation, when we look in the mirror and don't recognize the tired eyes staring back. We know something has to change. That knowledge is still there, right now. So let's go deeper into what actually works. These 9 shifts aren't soft. They're not about doing less. They're about doing what matters and cutting out everything that drains you for no reason. Rule 1. Energy is your currency, not your time. We think we need to work longer hours. Wrong. We need to protect our energy like it's the most valuable resource we have, because it is. That morning workout we keep skipping, that's not optional. That's maintenance. We don't skip oil changes on our car and expect it to run forever. Same principle. Our body is the vehicle. Maintain it or watch it break down. Seneca said it clearly. Without health, nothing matters. Not our wealth, not our success, not our ambition. If we collapse, everything collapses with us. So we protect our energy first, or we lose the capacity to protect anything else. Rule 2. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters. We think saying no makes us weak. It doesn't. It makes us selective. Every time we say yes to something that doesn't matter, we're saying no to something that does. Your kid's school event or another pointless meeting. Your health or another late night fixing someone else's problem. Boundaries aren't about being selfish. They're about being strategic. Epictetus taught this. Some things are in our control, some aren't. Our time, our energy, our choices, those are ours. Guard them, because when we let everyone else decide how we spend them, we're not leading our lives. We're reacting to everyone else's. Rule 3. Delegation is leadership, not weakness. We're still doing tasks that someone else could handle because we think it's faster to do it ourselves. Short term, maybe. Long term, we're building a prison. Real leaders build systems. They train people. They trust their team. And yes, it takes time up front. But the payoff? We're not drowning in tasks that don't require our unique skill set. We get rejected for a promotion because we're irreplaceable in our current role, not because we're not qualified for the next one. Think about that. Our refusal to delegate is the ceiling on our growth. So we teach, we trust, we let go, or we stay stuck doing work that doesn't move the needle. Rule 4. Rest is performance fuel, not laziness. We wear sleep deprivation like a medal. 5 hours a night, coffee for breakfast, push through the exhaustion, and we wonder why our decision-making is suffering, why we're irritable, why we can't focus. Here's the reality. Rest isn't earned, it's required. Elite performers sleep, athletes sleep, CEOs sleep, because they understand that tired brains make expensive mistakes. Marcus Aurelius understood this. Even while leading an empire, he prioritized rest and reflection, not because he was soft, because he knew exhausted leaders make catastrophic decisions. We want to lead well, sleep well. We want to provide consistently, recover completely. This isn't weakness, this is wisdom. Rule 5. Our standards matter, but perfection is a trap. We're redoing work that's already good enough because it's not perfect. We're micromanaging because we think that's quality control. It's not. It's control anxiety, and it's costing us hours every day. Good enough, done and moving forward beats perfect, incomplete, and stuck every single time. Learn the difference or stay trapped in the details. The irony? While we're perfecting one thing, 10 other opportunities pass us by. High standards? Yes. Perfectionism that paralyzes? No. Ship the product. Launch the project. Send the email. Iterate later. Because done beats perfect when perfect never ships. Rule 6. Emotional regulation is our superpower. We're reactive. Someone disrespects us in a meeting. Our automatic reaction is fire back, defend ourselves, prove them wrong. But here's what actually happens. We escalate. The conversation becomes about ego instead of solutions. We lose credibility. We lose the room. Now apply. Emotional regulation. Someone disrespects us. We pause. We recognize the emotion rising, and we choose our response. We ask a clarifying question. We stay calm. We own the room. Same situation, completely different outcome. Marcus Aurelius understood this. Even while leading an empire, facing plague and war and betrayal, he still struggled with emotional regulation. His own son, Commodus, became one of history's worst emperors. Marcus Aurelius failed as a father, failed to teach his son, failed to protect Rome from what came after, but here's what matters. He didn't let that failure define him. He didn't spiral into shame. He regulated his response. He kept building. He kept leading. Because emotional regulation isn't about never getting triggered. It's about choosing our response when we do. This isn't suppression. This is power. This is choosing our response instead of being controlled by our reaction. So you've mastered your mind. You're regulated. You're calm. But here's what kills men who do all that. They forget why they're building in the first place. Rule 7. Connection isn't distraction, it's fuel. We think spending time with family is something we'll do when work slows down. Work never slows down. We're missing moments that matter because we're chasing metrics that don't. Our kids laugh, our partners touch, our friends call. These aren't interruptions. They're the reason we're building in the first place, and when we disconnect from them, we lose the fuel that makes everything else worth doing. We become hollow, going through motions, building an empire with no one to share it with. That's not success, that's imprisonment. So we prioritize connection, not someday, today, because the people who love us won't wait forever for us to stop being busy. Rule 8. Our identity isn't our output. We've tied our worth to what we produce. Our bank account, our title, our achievements. Big mistake. Because when output drops, and it will, our sense of self crumbles. We lose a deal. We feel worthless. Business slows, we spiral. We miss a goal, we're failures. But here's what changes when we shift. Our identity becomes, I'm the man who shows up with integrity. I'm the man who leads with character. I'm the man who provides with purpose. Now a deal falls through, we're still that man. Business slows, we're still that man. We miss a goal, we're still that man. That identity doesn't crack under pressure. That's the foundation that lasts. We're not what we build. We're the men who build with honor. That's the difference. Rule 9. Sustainability beats intensity every time. We're sprinting a marathon, going all out, burning hot, and we think that's commitment. It's not. It's self-sabotage. The men who win aren't the ones who burn brightest. They're the ones who burn longest. Consistent effort over years beats heroic effort over weeks, every single time. Build rhythms that last, not bursts that fade. We want to provide for decades. Build systems that don't require heroic effort. We want to protect our family long-term, build health habits that compound. We want to lead with influence, build character that deepens with time. Intensity gets attention. Sustainability gets results. The men who build empires aren't the ones who sprint. They're the ones who pace themselves for a marathon. They're still running hard, but they're running smart. They're still pushing, but they're pushing sustainably. That's the difference between a decade of success and a lifetime of it. We all face two paths. Let's be clear about where each one leads. The burnout path. We keep going like this, and in 5 years, we're managing health issues we created. High blood pressure, back pain, anxiety that won't quit. Our kids remember us as the angry parent, the one who is always stressed, always working, never present. Our partners feel like roommates. We live in the same house, but we're strangers. Our business is run on our exhaustion, not our strategy. And we're successful on paper and hollow inside. That's the burnout path. And it's where we're headed if nothing changes. The sustainable path. We apply these 9 shifts. We protect our energy. We set boundaries. We delegate. We rest. We let go of perfection. We regulate our emotions. We prioritize connection. We root our identity and character. And we build for the long game. In 5 years, we're stronger than we've ever been. Not because we worked harder, because we worked smarter. Our families have the real us, not the exhausted version. Our businesses run without us being the bottleneck. Our health is strong. Our minds are clear. We're building empires, not burning them down. That's the sustainable path. And it's available to us right now. But here's what we tell ourselves. If I set boundaries, I'll lose opportunities. Wrong. We'll lose bad opportunities and gain focus for great ones. If I delegate, things won't get done right. Wrong. They'll get done differently and we'll be free to do what only we can do. If I prioritize rest, I'll fall behind. Wrong. We'll move faster because we're not running on fumes. These aren't excuses. These are the lies we tell ourselves to stay comfortable in our cages. And here's what happens if we wait. We tell ourselves we'll apply these rules next month, next quarter, next year. But every day we wait, the gap widens. Our health declines, our relationships deteriorate, our teams become more dependent on our presence instead of less. Our businesses become more fragile, not stronger. The version of us we could become? He's slipping further away, not because these rules are hard, because we're choosing comfort over change, and comfort is costing us everything. We know this. Deep down, we already know this. We've all done hard things. We've all pushed through impossible situations. We've all shown up when everything in us wanted to quit. That strength is still there. It's always available. We don't need to build it. We need to protect it. We need to direct it toward what actually matters instead of scattering it across everything that screams for our attention. We will fail. We will miss goals. We will lose deals. We will have days when we snap at people we love. We will have moments when we doubt ourselves. That's not weakness. That's being human. But here's what separates men who build empires from men who burn out. It's not that they never fail. It's that they fail, they regulate, they learn, and they keep going. They don't let one bad day become a bad year. They don't let one mistake become their identity. They fail forward. Because the truth is, providing isn't about giving everything until there's nothing left. It's about giving strategically, so we can keep giving for decades. Protecting isn't about absorbing every blow ourselves. It's about building systems and people and boundaries that share the load. Leading isn't about being the hardest worker in the room. It's about being the clearest thinker, the calmest presence, the most intentional strategist. The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. Seneca wrote about the importance of rest. Epictetus taught that we have power over our mind, not outside events. Marcus Aurelius practiced sustainable leadership while ruling an empire and still failed with his own son. They weren't weak. They were wise. They knew that the strongest men aren't the ones who never break. They're the ones who build lives that don't require breaking in the first place. And they knew that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the path to it. Epictetus said it best. It is not things themselves that trouble us, but our judgments about things. You're not troubled by your circumstances. You're troubled by the belief that you have to destroy yourself to handle them. Change that belief. Change everything. That version of us already exists. The men who lead with clarity, who provide with energy, who protect with boundaries, who show up fully because we're not running on empty. That's not some future fantasy. That's us, making different choices. Starting right now, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Pick one rule, not the easiest one, the one we've been avoiding, the one that scares us a little. Apply it today, because that's where our growth lives, not in comfort, in the edge. The question isn't whether we can do this. We already know we can. The question is, will we? Stay forged, brothers. Type "I'm forged" in the comments. And if this hit you where you needed it, share it with someone who's burning out trying to do it all. Because this is how we rise. Not by burning brighter until we fade. By building fires that last. We're forging men who lead for decades, not months. Join us.